Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is Carmen with Elemental Designs. How are you guys doing today? Let me mute this. Hello everybody. Hi Tiger Lily, how are you, darling? They'll be here soon. I just started. I'm a little bit late. I was supposed to be starting at 2:05, but I'm running a little bit late because I'm cutting images to put into my lapbook album thingamabob, whatever you want to call it. So hopefully they'll start chiming in soon. I'm still working, so I won't be able to read all of you guys' comments right now, or whoever ends up coming in, but I'll catch in because I'm on the Cricut space right now trying to get some stuff done up that I might need. It's been a very eventful morning, and that's why I'm running late. So yes, let me do what I was gonna do. I need some more of these, so I'm gonna cut some of these out. So we'll see. People should be popping in any moment now. So far I worked on it a little bit on this past live Saturday when I went live, but I'm trying to get this book finished up because I'm gonna be including this in the auction, and I want to get my auction going soon. But I want this to be a part of it. So we'll see. We'll see. So I'm just cutting out a few more of these things. I have the old Big Kick machine. Still cuts just as good as the newer ones. For the most part anyway. So yeah, I have some images that I'm working on. I'm trying to print out and cut out some mermaid tails that I need for this thing, for this book. Get rid of some of that excess. Put this way so I could get one more of those. I don't need many. I still have some that hopefully I have them all in one place. So we'll see. We'll see. I just didn't want to go through the process of creating the video because I still haven't even put up the other pieces that I have on how I started this. So it's just been kind of crazy. So I figured I'd do it live. People want to join me, that's awesome. If they don't, that's cool too. They can always catch it on the rerun. So I think that's about it for right now as far as this stuff is concerned. I'm gonna go ahead and print out drop my fix, bring those back in. Okay, so I don't need this mat right now. So I need it, and let me put my die back. So sorry for the slow startup, whoever ends up watching this after it goes live. We'll get some speed in about a second or two. Let me get my book out. And it's this way. So far I've been kind of I haven't worked on the covers yet. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get that done today. I still have a lot of other chipboard pieces there. This is gonna be for the cover. So I think what I'm gonna do is actually start gessoing Not just sewing, but gluing the cover. What's going to be part of the cover on here now. And this is from one of the Anna Griffin cartridges. This piece right here. And it's a little intricate, so the machine doesn't really cut too well thick chipboard pieces. For basic shapes, it's fine, but when you start getting into intricate things, it can jam up on you, which is more or less what happened with this thing here. So now I'm just trying to clean it up as much as I can. Flip out little areas, which I shouldn't even worry too much about this. I think once I put this here, I'm going to put this circle there. That's probably going to be covered up anyway. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to worry about that too much actually. I'll do this piece in the bottom here. And get this done. All right, so I'm going to glue this in. Again, I don't have to worry about that part there. I'm going to glue this in because I think with this book, what I'm going to end up doing, at least for this part of it, the front and the back, this I'm going to cover with something different because I want to cover this whole thing up. I probably end up putting some kind of fabric or lace or something here to cover this up. This is where I did some sewing. I sewed in some signatures, if you want to call them that. And I got some binding for some of the folders that I have in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this in because I'm going to mix media the front. That's what I think I'm going to do with this. I have some sprays that I've been trying to test out, which were gifted to me by my awesome friend Tanya. So I want to use those on here because they're sea themed. So hello. Of course. Of course I'm going to want to use those on here. I kind of decided to go live very impromptu as always. So that's why I don't have anything ready. I'm phenomenal with not having stuff ready, you guys. Most of you know that about me. But if you're new, you'll get used to it pretty quickly. The end result always ends up being cool, but how I get there is the process of the journey. This is a lot to glue in. Let's see if this one's a little bit better. It's got a bigger hole. Maybe this will be better. Okay. So this is the front. Yep. And this is how I want to glue this into place. I'm going to bring that down. Push that on there. And I probably got glue in places I don't even need. I'll get that fixed up right now. It's been really hectic over here in my casa. So we have a lot of changes with schedules and just everything in general. So my video watching, making, so on and so forth has been really, really off. We're trying to find that happy medium. So I won't even tell you that I've been watching and not commenting because I just have not really been watching, to be honest with you. This whole year started off crazy. I don't know if it's like that for you guys, but for me, boy, did it start off nuts. I want to make sure this is straight. There we go. Let me get a piece of junk paper that I can rub out. Just to rub out. Loving the new machine, by the way. Just a little tedious to have to do everything one at a time. I mean, not one at a time. You can group them, but more or less, you guys know what I mean. It's just like having to do all the individual steps. It's a lot of different steps you gotta go through. They're not difficult steps to do, but you do have to go through a lot of different steps. So I'm gonna let this kind of dry off a little bit. Get in some of that glue wherever I can. Okay. So this is gonna be like this, and then I have this face that I'm gonna actually I think I'm gonna gesso it. So I'll probably do that now. I might as well get that part over and done with. I'm gonna gesso that, and that's the bits and pieces for her face for the yeah, should I gesso? Yeah, I'm gonna gesso that. I'm gonna gesso it so that it can absorb the truest color possible, if possible. So we're gonna get some gesso, Deco Art gesso, making myself a brush. So I have, let me see if I find a piece of junk paper. There we go. One that I was using on Saturday. And let me get a brush. And I'm gonna gesso these things down. Oh, here's this one. It's got a little bit of glitter in it, but it's okay. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna more or less just give it a rough. Just to give it some kind of a protection layer. So that when I start using my sprays and stuff on it, it doesn't just get all wonky. And if any of you are watching and I owe you giveaway prizes, those will be going out this Saturday. I just honestly have not had a chance to go to the post office for anything. Things are already packaged up and ready to be shipped out. I just have to go take them to the post office. So don't worry. I know all of you guys. It's not many. I know it's probably sounding like, oh my God, how many does she have? It's not many, but everybody that has one, I think it's like 3 people. Your prizes will be coming in the mail very, very soon. And I'll let you guys know tracking and stuff so that you can track your packages. Now this is the tricky part, knowing which way this is supposed to face. I had this all put together, but I took it apart. Smart me. So these are gonna all go this way, I think. Yeah, these are gonna all go this way. All right. I'm looking at the curls in her hair. The front, I don't care so much about. The center, I mean, this part of it, I don't think I'm gonna worry too much about. Just the parts that are gonna come out. So I'm going to try to overlap the image just a little bit to give it a little bit more dimension and depth. Hey, Monica. Hello, Teresa. Woo! Drop my lip. Dang it. That just on my floor. Oh, I said I wasn't going to work that part. I did it anyway. Oh, well. So, I spent most of my morning, well, not most of it, about an hour and a half or so, which is literally not enough time to print out and cut out if you want to do a whole bunch of images and stuff, because it does take a while. You can only do one process at a time. So that takes quite a bit of time. But I was able to do a few of them. I was able to cut out a few images that I'm going to use in here today. some really pretty mermaids, and I have to print out some mermaid tails. So maybe if I have time, I'll print those out real quick while I'm working on something else here, so we can get those in as well. Uh, okay, so we have that. So how's everybody doing today? Okay, this one I will, because this one's gonna go over that one, and I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna do this one the whole way through, just in case. And again, just a light brush, brushing over it, just because I'm gonna be using those sprays that I just got. Been eager to try them out. I haven't even used them. I did prep them already, so I got my water in there. It's my very first time working with those Lindsay Stamp Gang sprays. So I'm super excited. They're so shimmery. I'm like, ah, magic. Oh no, Monica. It's cold everywhere, Teresa. It's freaking freezing over here. Like, he is not cutting it. Yesterday we had to sleep with, like, I don't even know how many blankets, and we had the thing at 90 and it still felt cold. We have a lot of draft, I guess. Because we got baseboard heaters, but those baseboard heaters, that's like open, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot. It was a lot of cold coming in yesterday. This is also gonna stiffen it up just a little bit. Nothing too major, but it's gonna stiffen it up just a little bit. Kind of sealing it and protecting it all at once. Hello, Julia. How are you, darling? So far, I didn't know what to do with my time today, you guys. My hubby's working evenings now, so he's not here. And I told him, I was like, I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna go live. I might as well. I might as well. So I think what I'm gonna do with these is that I'm gonna spray each of them a different color of the ones that I have, just to see what kind of a dramatic effect I get. So I'm gonna spray everything a different color, and Tanya knows me so well that the collection that she got me from the inks, not the inks, the sprays, is actually the seashell, I think it's called. Let me see. The Mermaid Seashell Starburst sprays. So obviously that's gotta go on here, right? I mean, the name says it all. The name says it all. Yes, me too. Normally I don't do these. I did one on Monday, not this Monday, last week Monday I think it was, and I came on like real early. I don't like being impromptu. I like things to be kind of honest. It's funny, right? The most what you call it? I'm never ready. I'm always very spontaneous with the stuff that I do. But one thing that I do like to do is be punctual and have a set schedule for what I'm gonna do, whatever it is that I end up doing. Two things that make no sense, but I'm trying to finish this book, and I also want to share with you guys how I made it, so you guys can, see how I did the whole thing. I have the videos of how I started it, but I haven't put it up because, ay, Dios mío, I be getting lazy, you guys, with the editing. I'm so sorry. I record them, and I'm gonna edit this, and I start talking in them too. Probably. That thing's always beeping. We change them, but it starts beeping all over again. So I wouldn't be surprised. So if you hear that little beep in the background, that's just letting me know I'm still alive. I'm still alive, okay? I'm still alive. Okay, so this is gonna go on her like this, right? Yeah. So we're gonna see. On her face, I'm gonna go a little heavier because this is part of her face. And I want this to be white. Well, not white specifically, but the other parts of her hair and stuff like that, I don't care so much. If a little bit of the craft color shows through or if it doesn't absorb as much, I'm actually okay with that because that just adds depth to the hair. But her face gotta be on point, you guys. It's gotta be on point. All right, Julia. Yes. These smoke detector things, forget about it. Smoke detectors, carbon monoxide, all of that. Constantly having to change those batteries on those things. All right, so we got this one. This one goes there. See, the higher up in the levels you go, then the more you have to cover. Oh boy. I've just been stuck on this, and I'm glad that the hop is about to start because that's gonna get me on a different you know, wavelength altogether because of the kind of projects that we're doing. So I'm glad that the hop's about to start because that's gonna take me on my rut real quick. Because I've just been working on this book so far. Well, and I have another project that I'll be sharing with you guys in a couple days. I'm part of the I'm a Mama 24 10K hop. So I have a project that I'm gonna be sharing for that. And the date for that I think is the 26th, if I'm not mistaken. So that'll be coming up real soon. Hopefully you guys will like it. But that project's been done already. I actually did it probably the same week that she asked me to be in it, well, to be a part of it. I did my project that same week, I think. So that'll be coming up real soon. Okay, that's everything. All right, that's everything. That's everything. Let me just smooth out her face. Give her face another coat. I really want her face to be nice and covered and as smooth as possible. I don't think I'm gonna draw a face on her. I don't think so. Because she's got part of her face going, and I'm just gonna leave the mysterious look. I kind of like that mysterious look she's got going on, like she's coming out of the water. I think it's pretty cool. Oh, no problem, Julia. Of course. All right, so I got to wet my brush, you guys, because my brush will get stiff. It'll get stiff as a board if I don't take this gesso off of it. All right, so we got this. We got this. These things dry really, really fast. This gesso dries super quick. I'm gonna put this right on my laptop right here. So that's gonna go placed right on here. But I'm gonna mix. Well, I have to actually gesso this too. I was waiting for this glue to dry, but I think I might just gesso right over it, even though the glue is not all the way dry. It'll all just dry together. Most of the glue is dry already. You can see some of the glue in some places, but most of it is dry. So I think I'm gonna gesso this actually now. I might as well since I'm already doing gesso. Um, let me get a piece of paper. So I'm gonna gesso the front, and I'm not gonna gesso the back just yet because the back I might just cover it in a different way. But this is gonna be the cover for it. So I still have a few things to making sure my hands are not full of gesso. So I can show you guys. Thank you. So far, I still have a few elements to add. I did do some of these on Saturday, some of the chipboard pieces that I cut out with the Cricut. So you'll have like some elements in here that are already ready to go. I am gonna add to this some more. These are like little pockets and stuff. So like they spread out really, really wide. I don't know if you guys can see that all the way through. They spread out really wide. This is a whole manila folder. I just, sized it to the size that I needed. And we have like little tuck spots and stuff like that. So to that, what I was doing, and I still have more to do. I already have them in my machine uploaded. I just have to put them to print and cut them. Not these. These are some of the other pieces that I was working on. But I cut out some tails that I'm going to be adding in here. Mermaid statues, mermaid crowns. You guys, I got mermaid crowns. I can't believe I found that out. Like, that's crazy. So we got some images and stuff like that, and some other little like mermaid images because the mermaid book, so I gotta include some mermaids in here. So I'm gonna glue in like mermaids here and there. Add some tails or something or the other in some places, like little tuck spots. So we still have some work to do in the inside. We're not all the way out the woods just yet. Okay, that's a pocket there. That's a pocket there, a long pocket. But I still have some work to do in here. We're not all the way out. This is like nowhere near. Well, it is getting closer. I don't want to say nowhere near, but it's getting closer. Hello, Vanessa. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Vanessa. So we still have some more stuff to like, finish up in here. I still gotta glue in this little pocket thing. So we still have some stuff to do. So I figured, should I even gesso that right now then? I should just finish working on some of the stuff that I got going on. This is gonna be like a tuck spot. So this is like an actual mermaid crown. I was like, what? I got like 4 or 5 of them in different styles. Mermaid crowns, are you kidding? This kind of rotates downward. On some of these things, I'm gonna try to add like triple thick, which is usually something that you use like in paintings, like in actual paintings. But what it does is that it dries like in a really plasticky kind of high gloss, and it seals it, and it just gives it the most beautiful effect. And you can actually put that on stuff like this. I have a bottle here. Let me see if I find it. I can show you guys what the product that I'm talking about is. Give me a second. I gotta get it to my shipment. I gotta get it to my shipment to do this. Triple thick. Here it is. So this is called triple thick, and it's a brilliant brush-on gloss glaze, and it is absolutely amazing. When it dries like a hard acrylic, but it's still really shiny. It's not sticky. Once it's dry, it's not sticky. While it's dry, obviously it'll be sticky. But this is really, really cool to like brush on over like some of your embellishments. It's almost like what you guys what is that? Those drops that you guys use? What the heck is it called? Like the name is escaping me. But I know it's like this little bottle that you guys buy. And usually it's to add like gloss to like stuff like that. You can get a bottle like this. It doesn't matter what brand. But triple thick that's what it is. That's what it's called. You can get something like this, probably for cheaper, in a higher volume, when you're doing the ratio. And it'll do the same exact job. So a word to the wise. You can find triple thick from pretty much almost every company. And it'll do the same thing. Like literally it'll give it that high, very, very shiny and awesome gloss. And to that you can add like glitter and stuff like that, and then put it over, and it'll seal everything. Glossy accents, that's what it is, or stickles as well. I don't have either one of those things, so this is what I use instead of that. So when I want to add gloss to something, I use this. And all my pieces that I've done, like anything that's art project related that I've added this to, I've given away. So I don't have anything to show you what it looks like, but take my word for it. This thing is amazing. And like, I know a lot of people do like little bottle caps and stuff like that where they seal it in, and some people will do it with like resin and stuff like that and let it cure. This is something similar to that. What I haven't tried, which I'm gonna try, and I'll let you guys know how that experiment works out. I want to see to do molds and fill molds in with the triple thick, and just let it, just let it rest for like a day or two and see how they come out, because it's really clear. I mean, it's like water. Once it's dry, it's really, really clear. So I want to try with molds and see if I could do molds out of stuff like this and see how that kind of works out. And then see, money wise, if it's cost effective to do it, with that versus using actual resin and mixing all of that stuff up. So we'll see. We'll see how that kind of works out. All right. So what was I doing? So I got myself all off track. But yes, this is my little baggie of like chipboards. Let me put these in here. So we have all this stuff going on. Like I said, this I'm gonna go ahead and glossy accent the shell so that it's nice and shiny, and it rotates back and forth. This itself is also a pocket here. This is gonna be a really large pocket. I'm just gonna hold these images there for now. I just cut out a few more of these pieces because I felt like I needed more. So those I will have to paint at some point depending on where I'm going to be using them. And yeah, usually I do this process, in a very kind of quiet, relaxed. I have a lot of pieces in here. Give me 1 second, you guys. I can't use resin. Triple thick would be great for me. I think you should try it. Well, I'm gonna try it. That way, if you don't want to invest into it until I figure it out, I'll let you guys know once I'll do a video to kind of do the before and after, show you guys what it looked like. But this doesn't have any odor at all. I don't think. It's been a while. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't really have any odor at all. Like really no odor at all. It's really super, super light. And you might be good. You might be good with that. Okay. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing on some of the pieces. I'm going to be adding some triple thick. And on this as well, after I've painted everything, I'm going to brush on triple thick and seal the whole thing after everything's been put together, like, the head and everything goes here. So after I've done all that and I've colored it in and I like the way it looks, I'm going to seal it all together, and that'll be that. It'll have a nice glossy cover. And then when you open it up, it'll be like that. And you guys know the water is holding my book together, right? That's what I call it. It's tape, but it's water in this instance. Awesome to be able to use a mermaid theme, because now tape becomes water. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? So we have a whole bunch of mermaids that I don't even know if I'm going to really be using. I might just include them like in a little envelope or something. I don't know if I'm going to be using all of these mermaids and stuff. The keys I want to use for the most part. These little things I want to use. I got to cut out more water. That's what I needed to cut out more waves, and I cut out the wrong thing, I think. But I have a whole bunch of mermaids that I'm going to be either including in it or gluing it on or whatever the case may be. Just get some of these other pieces out so that I can continue to add all those other little bits and pieces. I should just keep this separate because I did this the last time. Oh, I missed some pieces. This is part of her crown. She has a crown. This is her crown. I got to adjust with it. I'll just so that when I do the other part. I think that's it for her crown, right? Yep. I think that's it for her crown. Okay, so I'm gonna put these mermaids back in the envelope. So I don't think I'm gonna be using those. I don't think I'm gonna be using those. But I'm really excited to see how it's gonna look at the end because I don't go into these things just like I treat the lap book making and the lap book album, whatever it is. I mean, at the end of the day, to me, it's all about how you use it, not so much how you make it. Um, if you use it like a photo album, then that's what it'll be. If you use it like something else, like a journal, then that's what it'll be. So it all depends on what you use it for. No, you did. And I called you twice. It's all right. So we got the little tidbit on the triple thick. I love this product. I use it all the time. And again, doesn't matter what brand. It does the same exact thing as glossy accents. You can fill it in. You can do all different kinds of stuff with that. So let me go ahead and grab this and see more or less what else I want to do with this. I still have this crap here that I haven't glued into anything. I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want to glue her in at. So we're gonna see. So we're gonna start working on this thing. It took me a while to actually 41 minutes to start actually working on this thing. So I do apologize. So let's see. We have some pockets. And this also kind of opens up this way. I want to leave some areas to put like either photos or something. So like if you have, if you went to the beach, you have some kind of a something or the other, so that you can add. I did have pockets throughout a lot of these things. I think I like that. I'm gonna actually probably foam tape that because I'm on washi tape and glue don't mix. Washi tape and glue don't mix. They do not like each other. So I'm going to foam tape this. Right there. And then that way, if whoever ends up owning this, if they want to move this from there, they can. All they gotta do is lift it up and put it somewhere else. It's got the foam tip on the back, so it's not permanent. So we have that. Let's see what else. This part right here, I think I can glue this part down because that's exactly what this is gonna be. It's gonna be one humongous pocket. So I'm just gonna glue that in on both ends. I can get this little needle in here. There we go. That looks like glue. So get that going. So actually, I think I will work on the cover today. I'm gonna leave all this stuff. I think that that'll be more productive with my time on here right now. So let's go ahead and just start sewing this whole thing together. Instead of working on the inside, I'll work on the outside a little bit. Hopefully that'll give me some inspiration for what else to do to the inside, because that's part of the problem is the inspiration aspect of it. You end up finding yourself not knowing what else to add, and you know that you're missing things, you're missing elements because it feels incomplete, but you don't know what to do. So I just move on to the next thing, and hopefully one thing feeds the other. And I grabbed a piece of paper from here for a reason. Let's put that in there. So hopefully. So we're gonna adjust all the cover because this is gonna be like a mixed media cover. I've already glued in the inside folder. Now you could achieve something like similar to this if you use the stencil and some modeling paste. Then you can achieve the same similar look. My covers are double chipboard, which pretty much means that I just glue two pieces of chipboard together. The chipboard that I use is 0.22 in thickness. So it's a pretty thick chipboard overall. Hopefully this dries quick enough. While this is drying, then I'll work on some embellishments outside of the book. Can't wait to use those sprays. I can't wait to use those sprays. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. The only sprays that I've used are the ones that I've DIY'd myself or the ones that I got from Deco Art, which are acrylic based. So they are pretty much watered down paint. Pretty sure there's more than that to it, but they're permanent. They dry permanent. And they're awesome. I just wish the sprayer wasn't the sprayer is not compatible with the thickness of that spray, with just the particles that go into, from the paint. So um, if they would fix that, then that would be like the bomb. Is there too much light coming in here? Let me close the shade. Let's see the stream of light coming from the side. There we go. Hopefully that stream of light goes away. There we go. I'm kind of twirling it in so that I get into all the little nooks and crannies. And I don't need the gesso to be super thick. I still want you to be able to feel the texture on here. So I figured I'd be live with you guys for at least 2 hours or so working on this thing. So that, dinner time. Yes, it would. It definitely would make a great stencil. It definitely will. And since this machine cuts through all different kinds of materials, you can actually buy the sheets of the plastic to make the stencil. Or do what I do. I use what is it, poly something folders from usually when the kids go back to school, those plastic folders. They're kind of transparent a little bit. I usually just make my stencils out of those. I actually have a whole bunch I can show you guys, all made pretty much with those folders. Now, the ones that I have here are the ones that I made myself. They remind me of my roots, right? When I started crafting here on YouTube, so I don't throw them out. When I had to make everything myself because I didn't know what was what. I just wanted to do art. I didn't care how I did it. I just wanted to do it. So I was making my own everything, except for paint, obviously. I couldn't make my own paint. Hello, Sandra. ¿Cómo estás? So far, we're gonna do this and get this whole thing nice and just so I've already worked on my on that. So I'm gonna start working on that face and spraying in the colors with that to that face that I'm gonna want. I'm probably gonna add book corners to this to strengthen up those corners. I don't want it to warp too much, which it can warp a little bit because of the wetness. This is tape along this edge here. So I'm just gonna try to cover that tape up nicely so it takes the paint and it's not falling off. But I think that's about right. So I'm gonna put this to the side and I'm gonna start working on that face. So I think today what we're gonna do is mainly work on this cover and getting that face in there. And I still have, like I said, I still have more stuff to print out that I'm gonna use in here. And I don't know if I'm gonna add another section. I might, if I have room. It's pretty full right now, but I'll see how I figure that out. So I'm gonna put that down. Grab myself another sheet of paper here and start working on. I gotta adjust with these little pieces. These are the little pieces that go to her crown, and I had them in my chipboard bag. Oh, whew, it almost flew off. So this kind of goes like this, I think. And then you put a jewel in the center, and then these, I think these go here. If I'm not mistaken, I don't even know where these things go. Oh, I think they go like that. All right, so they go like that. And it makes her crown really nice and dimensional. Oh no! Put some sugar on it so it can stop the bleeding. That's such a Spanish thing to say. Put some sugar on it. We think all of our spices are like miracle spices. Is sugar even considered a spice? I don't even know. All right, so I'm just gonna adjust all these real quickly. This I'm gonna paint in gold paint. Obviously, I gotta blend this baby out. Maybe in some gold mixed with maybe a little bit of rose gold on it or something. All right, so we've got that. Oh my goodness, time to use my sprays. Yeah, that is the most exciting part of my day right now. So we're gonna start with the base. This is the circle. This is the sun, right? El sol. So I think, let me see what colors I have in this thing. Let's see. First time using it. Okay, so a lap book, originally speaking, was it's kind of almost like a portfolio that kids made in school or that um parents that was homeschooling their kids made at home to like give their kids instruction, you know, like teach them the geography, science, this, that, or the third. And it's usually made out of manila folders. And then you just, it's like a cross between a folio, like a journal, like a dory type of journal, and an album. So it's like a mix of all three things at once. Yes, right. You're right about that. So like I have a few. Let's see. Like this is, I I either sold or gave away my other ones. I have a couple more there, but this is like a different style. So the part of this book right here that makes it a lap book, and makes it a little bit different, is the fact that the pages themselves, the way that they extend outward. So like they extend all the way out, and pretty much what a lap book signifies is just that, is that extension, right? Is opening it out all the way out, like being able to fan it out. So like with this one, even though it's a different style altogether, wait a second, gotta make some room because this thing is wide. This thing is really wide. I think it's this one, if it's not one that I gave away. But like more or less, you see how you have like all these different panels, and it extends pretty far out once you start opening up like all of the pages, and they're like tuck spots. So it's a little envelope, not an envelope, a pocket section there. This right here is also a pocket. I love this book. This is one of my favorite lap books that I've made. Let me get these mermaids. Put them over here for right now. Yes, yes, this is one of the ones that I did a while ago. It's actually going to be going up for auction when I do my auction. So there's like a whole bunch of like little envelopes and more envelopes and just different different places to like tuck stuff in. And that's just one page. Then you have journaling areas. You have more tuck spots. So then it opens out like this, right? No, opens out like that. And then this opens out like that. And then you have places for photos in here. More little tuck areas. I'm trying to figure out where this one is. It's been a while since I did this. So you just have different different things happening throughout all of it. So you can really make them as big as you want or as small as you want. I made one that was who won that one? I think somebody won that. I think I gave that one. I think it was Marty, Creatively Crafting with Marty. She won this like I think it was like super long, but it extended like all the way out. I added so many extensions into that book. It's not even funny. Yes, Sandra, that's the best description of what this is that I've heard in a long time. It's a book that keeps going and going. Yes, definitely, definitely, definitely. That is definitely the ticket right there. So this is gold. So I'm going to use this gold one here. This one is Opal Sea Oats. And it looked like gold in the bottom. So I'm going to spray this one, I think. Let's see. Ooh. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, I like that. I need a napkin. I'm going to need something to stop up. Stop up some of that. I just took Sasson and Craft's rag. Hopefully he won't miss it too much because it's about to go to work over here right now. So I'm gonna let this dry a little bit, I think, and I'll come back and add more to that. So we'll see how that kind of works out. I've never used these before. I don't know. Yes, and I like it's got a lot of shimmer to it. So we'll see how that kind of goes. We'll see how that kind of goes. This is the second part that goes to that. So to this one, this is like a rose gold color. It's called Cocklebell's. Oh, Jesus. Cocklebell's Coral. All right, we have some blue. I don't think I'm gonna be using blue on this one. And then we have this orange. I think I'm gonna use some of this orange on that sun real quick. That looks nice and yellowy. Kind of sit out. It looks so shimmery. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They're very transparent colors though. Maybe that's the key to their success. They're very transparent, translucent, not transparent, translucent. Um, so what I was gonna do, I was gonna work on this one now. So for her hair, let's see, which one do I want to use? I think I'm gonna go with this green. Do I? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this green. And this green is cement green. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this green on this one because everything, most all the pieces are gonna be covering this. So what I want green is this edge right here. If everything else gets green, I don't really care. It'll just add, you know, different tones to the whole thing. Boy, it uses a lot of spray. This is like good for mixed media, definitely, because it sprays far and out. I was expecting a concentrated spritz, but this really fans it out. Okay. All right. This needs a little bit more. I'm gonna try to be stingy with these sprays. I know all the names, right? I'm gonna try to feed that line around so that the edge is nice and feed it out so that the line is nice and solid. Put it in some of those little white areas that didn't quite get some coverage. All right. And I have metallic green paint and stuff like that. So if I need to add a little bit of dazzle, I'll add more dazzle is what I mean, really, because this shines like crazy. When I keep spinning this out so that it can do a nice thick outline around the circle, almost like tracing it without me tracing it. All right. So next we have this piece here, right? Yeah, that's the next piece. So for that one, I think I'm gonna go with this the cockle barrel, cockle. What is it? Jesus, help me! Cockles, cockle bells coral. Jesus, that's a name and a half right there. All right, let me put this here. Okay, let me put that there. This paper here, well, usually like I'll use it for like mixed media, or I'll incorporate it in some of my lab books. Like I'll use it for like journaling spaces, or things like that. It depends. Or I'll give it to my hubby, Sasson and Crafts, and he'll usually use it for something. But usually when there's green on it, I don't give it up because green is like one of my favorite colors. Yeah, because you're almost stamping with the paint. It's a bird, Sandra. It's a bird. It's a bird, girl. It's a bird. It talks to you too. It tells you, "Polly want a cracker," and all of that good stuff. Oh no, I don't throw this away. You crazy girl? This is like mixed media heaven right there. So I don't know. Um, like I will be so happy if they just stayed in this color right here. And I don't dry anything here because I'm scared to be left in the dark. My power will go out because I have so many electronics hooked up between the computers, the TV, AC. And yes, I did say AC, even though it's freezing out here. It's like 18 degrees in Poughkeepsie, which is where I am in New York. I don't know how I feel about how it looks overall. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get. What am I gonna get? I need to get some paint. Give me a second. I need to get some paint. Purple pearl. Some purple pearl. Mixed in with some berry. And I'm gonna lighten it up with baby pink, I think. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of a mixture here. So let's see how it comes out. I'm gonna do these three colors together. And I'm gonna use my same little gesso brush if I can find it. That's right here. I'm gonna just put these colors right here. Oh no, I don't throw my papers away. You guys, what? It's the problem. This is why like my hubby be like, stop hoarding. I'm like, listen, I'm not hoarding if I give it to you, right? I'm passing it on to the next one. Hey Lisa. How are you? Okay. My paint has sealed. I'm gonna put that there. Maybe I'll be able to. So that was and all the paints that I use are Deco Art products because they do sponsor me. They do send me their products for free. This color here is berry. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful color. I'm gonna just mix that berry with a little bit of that. And I'm gonna add to that a little bit of this regular acrylic baby pink, like a drop. And I'm not gonna overmix them. I want them to be to have some separation to them. And I'm gonna dab it in place. So that hopefully I'm picking up some different tones. I'm gonna need more paint. A little bit of that, a little bit of this purple. Come on, purple. Don't act like you don't want to be a part of this. And pink. This is true Carmen fashion right here. So we're gonna do that. And then I'll start deciding more of what solid color I want towards the top, like towards the top layer. Right now, I just want to get a little bit of everything because I don't know what's going to be poking through. So I'm just going to do the whole thing. If I went too far, then I'll just gesso the area. And I'm not going to do her face, but I will bring it up just to around the edge, but I won't do her face. Now, most of this is going to be covered up because as you guys see, all the different layers pretty much cut right over it. But if I can offset it just slightly, then you'll get little peekaboo spots. you get like little peekaboo spots. So you have a little bit of purple. I can get a little bit more, maybe that'll be nice. A little bit of purple here and there, some pink, a little bit of that berry color. And you don't have to be too precise with this part of it right now. Okay. I'm gonna move that up. If I gotta touch up anything on that, then I can do it after the fact. Um, now I'm gonna incorporate maybe a little bit of this gold in here and start adding some of that. Start adding some gold into the equation and continue with the same color mix and just maybe add a little bit more of a different color. I'm gonna make it a little bit lighter with the berry and make it a little bit heavier with the purple. And see how that comes out. Clean my brush as much as I possibly can. Okay. So I'm gonna kind of side load it a little bit. And I'm gonna do this like in halves, and I'm gonna be a little bit more flowy. With the other one, I was just tapping it everywhere. With this, I'm gonna be a little bit flowy. Pick up some of that gold. And I'm double dipping the brush into both colors. And I'm not pressing really hard on it. I'm not trying to squeeze the color out of it. I'm just trying to let the color glide right off the top. Very minimal pressure here. So if you guys can see, kind of like it's almost like an ombre effect without really being an ombre effect. And any places that I have thick paint left over, I'll just very lightly just kind of go over that. Let's add some gold on the top. And I'm doing it really lightly because I don't want to lose one color over another color. I want to be able to have all the colors. All right, Sandra, thanks for joining. So we're just gonna do that really softly. Incorporate a little bit of all the colors that I put in that bottom. So whatever direction you go, if you're working on an area, go one way. Don't go up and down because you're gonna blend the colors, right? You're gonna mix them and turn them into one color. So you want to drag in one direction. So if I'm working here, I'm working in one one way. If I'm gonna catch here, I'm gonna go in the other way. Even if your direction is different here than it is there, just keep it in one motion. Like keep it going in one direction, and then you'll be all right. If you start going back and forth, then you're gonna mess it up. So now I'm gonna go on to the other side, and I'm gonna do the same thing. And I'm just gonna swipe it. And if you have to go over it, it's okay, but just continue to do it in one direction. Continue to do it in one direction so that you get a nice effect with the colors, and you're not. And what will happen is that every brush stroke will create this illusion of dimension, like there's actually individual hairs in there. Um, because you're using so many different colors. It's gonna look like some things are starting at different points, even though they're all starting at the same exact point. Okay. Some of that load off. I have more berry and gold on this one. So I'm going to try to add a little bit more. That's not giving me enough gold. There we go. There we go. So again, just barely touching it. Barely touching it. I still have all my paint on there. That's how light I am with the touches. And just dragging it out. Just dragging it out. Feel like I picked up too much. Soften it out. All right, I like that. What do you guys think? Right, Monica? The nerve of them. So this is gonna go. Oops, this little piece got stuck. This is gonna go right on her, like that. And my goal is to offset it just a touch. Just a touch so that you can see some of the bottom curls that are actually happening on here. So let me put this there. Let me get my next pieces out. This is her actual face. This is the part that I gessoed halfway over and over and over again. This part is a little tricky because of the eyes. So I'm gonna do this part first because this is like the top layer of the hair, and I'll work on the other part. And I want to add a darker tone in here, so I'm gonna add some of this black pearl into the mix as well. Because that might as well. That might as well. And let me clean my brush. And what I'm gonna do with this one, I don't know if I want her to have black eyes. Jeez. She went from looking like a nice mermaid to looking wicked. So I might go over them with some of the other colors. That way, even though it's still a little dark, it's not too much. All right, so let's see. And this is all experimental, you guys. This is all experimental. You might get a little bit of what you want. You might not. It really just depends. And I might actually cut her ears off. I don't even know. That's part of her crown. That's not part of her ears. Okay. I'm like, why does she have elf ears? She's not an elf. Yeah, Carmen, just like you spelled it. Just like you spelled it, Julia. So dip, dip, and dip. Just a little bit of the black. I don't want it to overwhelm the whole piece. But I do want there to be a certain level of depth into this. Because it's all layers upon layers upon layers. And you can kind of, you know, since Thank God as a round handle. You can kind of tip the brush in one direction. So if you have black in the corner, you want to get just a little bit of black streaking. You just kind of tip the brush in that way, and then you'll get more of that black. If you want to get some of the other colors, you can tip the brush in the other direction, and you'll get more of those other colors. And again, all very gentle, very, very light to the touch. You don't want to do too much to blend these colors out. I haven't painted in a while. Feels so good to be painting. Feels so good to be painting. And if I feel like I went too far in, I use the corner of the brush and I smooth it out a little bit. I feel like I need another color in here. I'll just pick up that color with the corner and just try to smooth it out in here as much as I can. Like that. Black is a very overwhelming color. When it comes to doing these types of things, so you have to be really, really careful not to overwhelm your piece. So unless you want it to be, that way, obviously. If you do, then by all means, have fun. Don't let me stop you. So here we go. I love how that's looking. I think that's gonna look so nice. I don't know if you guys can actually see um, just the color. I think it's gonna look so cool. All right, so I'm gonna get some more of that and dip this in the black again. And now don't daydream too much. You'll fall over to the side like the elephant. I have Sasson and Crafts. He's with me on the headset. I'm keeping him company. He's working stock, and I'm keeping him company on the phone. Well, not talking to him because he's got to work, but he talks. He knows I'm live. I gotta add more in the center. Just a little tip in the back. Okay, so I think this is good right here. I think this is good right here. Um, yes, I like that. And I think her crown, where's her crown? I think her crown is gonna cover that piece up. Where's her crown? Did I drop her crown? Did I make it so white I can't see it now? That's one piece, that's two pieces, that's three pieces. Wasn't it four pieces? Yeah, I had like a huge crown piece. Okay, hold on. We have that one, we have that one. What the heck did I do with the crown? I think I lost the crown, you guys. Yep, I did. I lost the crown. Let's see. Right there. And this goes is gonna go here. I don't know what I did with her crown. I remember gessoing it, but it must have fell. Oh well. Let's put these here. Okay, so we got that piece going. This is gonna look really, really cool, I think, once it's all done. Now this is her face, so with this I gotta be really, really careful. So I don't want to dirty her face after I gessoed it 500 times. So I'm just gonna cover that's like level 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I know they must be like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm sorry. Like I said, I have him on the speaker, so I'm not having a side conversation, but every now and then he'll ask a question and I'll just answer. I'll have to see if that's enough or not. Because she's gonna go tucked in under here. That's gonna go over her face. So I'm gonna work on her face a little bit. For her face, I don't think I'm gonna go too crazy. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna use gelato maybe. And just cover her face with some kind of gelato. And they're underwater creatures, so they're not, you know, normal skin tone. So what we're gonna do is, I think I'm gonna mix a little bit. Which color is this? Ice. I think I'm gonna mix a little bit of this ice gelato. I'm gonna put a little bit on some of her face to give her like a different complexion. I'm gonna get some of the ice. What is it? Metallic icing color, which is pretty much just your white. I'm just gonna add a little bit there. Then I'm gonna get some beige or skin tone color. And then a little bit there. Then I'm gonna rub it all in place, and we're gonna see what it's gonna look like. Then I'll adjust it from there. And we'll adjust it from there. I'm just gonna blend all the colors together. Let's see how I like it. Easy peasy. They cut out a mouth area, but they didn't give me no lips for her. They didn't give me no lips for her. Why did they cut out a mouth area? You know, I'm gonna add a little bit of darkness right here, like a little shadow area. Just because I think that when I put the stuff on her hair, like when I put her hair on, she needs to have some kind of a shadow that's gonna be creating, right? It's gonna create some kind of a shadow. So I think I want to add a little bit of a shadow there. So let me just darken this right here. I'm gonna darken this part right here, just so that she has that dimensional look to her right there. And remember, I'm triple thickening this whole thing, so all this stuff is gonna be sealed and permanent. Once I am completely done with this, this is gonna go like this. I kind of like that. I feel like she needs a little bit of a greenish color. So let me see what I have here. Maybe this one. Iced pear. Let's see. Let's go for it. I'm just gonna go for it. And just give her a little bit of a greenish kind of tone. Nothing too wild, but just a little bit. All right, I like that. So there's a little bit, there's a little tint to it, but it's nothing too major. I could have painted her face in with paint, but I didn't really want to do that. And I think I might have to. Let's see, what's the other piece that goes? This one goes around top. This gives you a more realistic look of what this looks like. You have them all together. I might have to add her nose in, which kind of sucks. I didn't want to have to do that. Like, why cut out her mouth and her nose area if you're not gonna give me any of those things? You just cut out smiling faces. That sucks. Cut out two smiles. So I think that's okay. I'm not 100% happy with it though, to be honest with you guys, but that's just me. So let's see what else I can do. Maybe I could add a hint of green. Just a little hit of green. Just a little tiny, the tiniest of amount. Just a little tiny amount. Right? Okay. Just testing out how I'm gonna do this. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna add a little bit of a very light. Just feel like it's missing the finishing, yes. Whose? No, it shouldn't because you got me registered in there. Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna kind of go like this. And again, I'm smoothing it out. I don't want it to be rough. I'm kind of smoothing it out. And I feel like I need another color in here, but I don't know what. So we'll see. I don't want her to look spooky. Let's add a little bit of light buttermilk to her. I said I didn't want to add no paint, and look, that's exactly what I'm doing. Some habits die hard, you guys. And this brush has every color under the sun in it. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit. Just a little bit. And this is gonna mix a little bit with the gelato because the gelato itself is reactive. And again, I'm doing it really lightly because I'm not looking for too much blending. But I want her face to have a certain kind of look to it because she's a mermaid. I want it to have a certain kind of mystery to it. Like, Like she's a mystical kind of creature. I'm just adding a little bit, really lightly to it, just to kind of let it mix a little bit, but I don't want to over mix what I did with the gelato. And I'll bring that up just a little bit. Oops, went too far with that one. So it doesn't look like much, but I think that once I put the whole thing together, it'll look all right. So I think that's it for these pieces here. I'm going to put this paper up here because I don't find the other piece of my crown, and I'm going to start building this thing. And I'll figure out if I got to add in a nose or not. We'll see how that kind of goes. Where's my circle? Oh, I have other pieces here. Oh, yes. I have other pieces here that I have to just finesse a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and it's a really pretty color though. I like how it looks. I have some of the green here, so I'm gonna go in and do some touch-ups with the green. I'm gonna use the cap. It did a good job though. Color saturation wise, it did good. I won't lie, it did good. I could have just left it as it was, but that's just me. I'm very finicky. Okay, so I got green in there, and I'm gonna get some more gold in here because even though it does have it, I can still see the gesso in the background, which I'm not really liking too much. You can see the white gesso behind it. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of gold here and there. I'm gonna do some streaking with the metallic paints. I'm gonna do some streaking on here. So I'm just gonna add color and like stripes, more or less. So I'm just gonna more or less kind of pull it in like this. I want it to look not like Jupiter, but have like that banding. So I'm just going back and forth, just letting the end of the brush kind of just hit it. And since I have so many other colors in here, some of them are gonna go through, but I'm fine with that. And then I'm gonna flip it over and do the same thing on the other side and just back and forth. I don't want to cover the whole thing, but I like the little gaps that's in between, but I don't want so many of them. There we go. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, thank you. So just kind of brushing it in. And again, just back and forth with the brush because I don't want to do like solid stripes. I want it to be like texture, some light areas, some dark areas. Actually, I think I'm gonna use a little bit of this black. Why not? I'm gonna dip in one corner of the black and dip the other side in gold. Just gotta go back and forth into it. Very feathery, like very light. There's no such thing as perfection, you guys, so it's just about getting it in there. And even though Neptune is really the planet that's associated with, water, but we're gonna go with Jupiter for this one. Jupiter gotta have a moon on there somewhere with all 1,000 moons. There's gotta be a lot of water. And who knows, maybe there's a mermaid or two. in there. All right, so I kind of like that. I think it looks pretty cool. So now that I have that and my brush is there, I'm gonna start gluing this thing together. Where's okay? Anything that I'm missing, I'll fix after the fact. I'm definitely gonna go around this circle right here. My cover should be dried up by now. If not drying nicely. Seal that up. Thank you, Monica. So we got the first layer on. We're gonna figure this out in pieces, you guys. I think I'm gonna have to do some more painting on this piece right here. So I want to offset it just a little bit. I think I'm gonna get rid of her ears. I think I'm gonna get rid of the ears, honestly. They're not ears, they're part of a crown, but if I've lost her crown, there's no point. Well, there's no point for me to have her ears. So I'm gonna do that and just cut off the ears. Oops, big glue that again. How did I even have this thing? I don't even know. Like this. Let's put that back again. There we go. Last minute details, you guys. Last minute details. If this doesn't stick down all the way, which I think it should, but if it doesn't, I might not actually, I might leave it alone because I could add something that, like a pop dot or something and make her look like she's popping out of the background. So I might do that. I think with this one, I'm gonna have to do some more painting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some more painting on this one because I left all that center white and I should have painted all that center. I still have paint here though, I think. So we're gonna just, this is the one that I kind of dabbed in. So we're just gonna dab this in. Let's get some of this gold in here. This layer doesn't really matter too much. I mean, it matters as far as color, but it doesn't matter too much because you're gonna be adding more layers on top of it. So it's kind of okay. So this should be fine now for when I add her face, because that was my biggest issue. When I add her face, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do all that building and then have to wait for that. So now we're gonna glue this part of it on. Now, I'm not worrying about the hairs just yet. I'm only getting the really thick parts because once I seal her in with the triple thick, I might actually like it to be separated so that they dry in intervals and kind of look like they're actually flowing. Hopefully, that's how it looks like in my head. Regardless if that might be the reality of it or not, I'm gonna tell myself that for right now. So let's go ahead and glue this part of it in. And again, I'm going to offset this just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm going to offset it. So that I have, see, like different parts of her hair coming out in different places. I could have done reverse image and just glued, you know, dried one, painted one side and then painted the other side so that I have these things going all over the place. But I didn't want her to look so wonky. So let's get rid of all these little ears that I have. This one gonna go here. So let's get these ears out of the way. I'm still gonna add those little bits to it, but I don't have to add it. I don't find the crown, so we're gonna work around it, you guys. We can't get stuck just because of small little dilemmas. So all right, so I'm gonna do this. So you see how I'm kind of like offsetting them, so you have all the different layers of the hair, just like it would look like if the wind was blowing. I'm offsetting everything just a touch. And now we're gonna do this part. This right here makes no sense to me. This is a very like weird looking piece of hair to have there. But we're gonna leave it. This is part of the design. So usually I would just cut that right out, but for the sake of trying to keep it as true to form as possible, I'm gonna leave it in there. And now we're gonna do this one. Let's see where. Biggest thing is to get that top of that hair. Well, even if I do this, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm talking to myself. Well, we have come to, you guys. I don't know how I feel about those eyes, so I'm probably gonna work on that a little later on. Get those just right. She look kind of scary to me. She looking kind of scary to me. I don't want her to look scary. See how long of a process, you guys? This takes a while. This is why I don't like doing the videos of this process. I like recording them, but I don't like doing the voiceover. If you guys could just watch them and be okay with me not talking about what I'm doing, then that would be awesome. But I usually get people saying, like, I need measurements. I need, and I'm like, oh, no. It's not that I don't know the specifics. It's just that I don't want to have to say all the specifics in the video. Okay. This is really thick at this point, you guys. This is super, super, super thick and dimensional. That glue's going to dry clear. I might give her a nose, but I have to go into that with a detail brush and really, you know, focus on what I'm doing so that I don't mess it up. I'll probably at that point in time fix her eyes as well. But I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. Let's see what our cover is looking like. I think that's gonna look really, really cool. I think that's gonna look really, really, really cool once it's all completed and stuff. This, I might have to hot glue it in place. But before I do that, I have to paint this cover. And honestly, I don't even know what color I'm gonna paint it yet. Because the colors that I have going on in here, I don't necessarily need them to be like matchy, but I have so many different colors going on in here. This is not your traditional, you know, mermaid, whimsical mermaid kind of colors. This is more like a vintagey kind of feel to it when it comes to the color scheme. So I don't know. I really don't know. Any suggestions? Thank you, Julia. Any suggestions on colors? Should I do like a bronze? Like a bronze? I think I like the idea of doing like a bronze on here. Do I have? Let me see what I have. Wax and bronze. I think I do. And bronze or rose gold? Ooh, rose gold. I like the rose gold. I think the rose gold matches the inside too. So maybe a rose gold. I think I'll do the rose gold. What do you guys think? This is what the rose gold color looks like. I think that might work. How will that look against that? Oh no, that crashes. With that as a background, that definitely crashes. Nope, 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 nope. Let's see. Let's see, let's see. And I don't want to do blue or aqua. I don't want to do the traditional color scheme for this. Looking for my bronze or my brass. Burnished brass. This might look. This might work out better. Yeah. So it's gonna be like a burnished brass. That's gonna be the color. And this is still. I'm gonna spray with a little bit of water, just a teeny. Hello, Vanessa. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm just gonna wet this up just a little bit. And I'm only gonna do that the cover that way. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the background. I don't know if I'm gonna stencil it or I might stencil it overall and just add, you know, one pattern and stenciling in the back. This is burnished brass. It's metallic luster deco art wax. Here goes nothing. And the reason I'm not using paint on here, which I could, but the reason that I don't want to is because this is drier, so it won't do so much warping to my paper. If I do paint on it, there's a good chance that even though I did seal it, I might still get some warping, and I don't want that. I'm gonna catch some of the raised areas And I'm gonna do more embellishing, like I'm gonna add pearls or I'm gonna add some other embellishments to this cover here. I didn't want to do gold because I usually do a lot of gold with my work. I love gold. I don't like gold to wear it, but I love gold to color. Yes, it's like an art wax. They have different names for different companies, but it's very similar. It's very similar. It's like rub and buff, right? It's very similar to that kind of a product. And it is usually a cream, but I've had this for a while, so it does dry out. But all you have to do is add a little bit of water, and you more or less can reactivate it like that. And it's kind of cool because it's picking up some of the glue, which is giving it more texture. For something else, you might not want that, but for this, because we're, it's water and this and that, the glue actually gives it more texture. And if you don't have a stencil, you could create a stencil-like effect by using glue and letting it dry. You can grab glue and dribble it, or design something, create something, let it dry, and then you could go over and paint it, and it's the same thing. You could do that with a glue gun as well, to create the texture and then kind of go over it. You can use many different things. So if you don't have, let's say, modeling paste, and if you don't have stencils, and you want to create a textured background, then you can do that real easily with a glue gun or with regular glue. You just have to let the regular glue dry a little bit longer, but you can definitely do that. Tanya's in the house. I was using the sprays you gave me, love. I was using them, but I gotta get a little bit more familiar with them to see what the do's and the don'ts. I don't think this one was one of the do's. It was too translucent for what I was trying to achieve. But I love how it sprays. And it's so shimmery. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you guys. It's so shimmery. I would definitely recommend it just on the shimmer. The spray part, I have to figure that out. I have to see how it does with me over time. Because maybe it's just me. And I just used them wrong. Almost done. With my brass book. It's gonna be a metallic mermaid book. This one is I know it's Anna Griffin. Is it Anna Griffin? Or no, it's Ornamental Irons. The cartridge. Ornamental Irons 2, if I'm not mistaken. Not Anna Griffin. Ornamental Irons 2, I think. Or it could be Anna Griffin. I'm not sure, I'll be honest with you. They have Ornamental Iron has very similar designs to that. The whole cartridge is literally about designs like that. And if you don't need to make them for long time use, then you could definitely cut a used cardboard and create your stencil out of cardboard and just, use it once or twice and get rid of it once it's not holding up right. Do it again. And what's awesome about this wax is that after it's all dry, you grab like a little cloth and you like rub it out and you get all that you get that shine. So it's definitely like a rub and buff type of product. Oh, yay. Good for you, Monica. How's the Princess Tanya? Everything okay? Yes. Well, don't use the die itself as a stencil, but you can cut out shapes and use them as stencils, definitely. Anything that leaves a negative and positive space, you can use as a stencil. And by negative and positive, I mean the empty spaces, and then the parts that are, connecting every section to every other section. So as long as you have some negative and positive spaces, then you can definitely create a stencil out of just about anything. This is the last of it right here. It's so bronzy, you guys. It looks like one of those old vintage, like, Gothic books. So I think I like that. This is those Dollar Tree stencil brushes, by the way. Pick them up. They work. They work. I won't lie. They work. I think I'm gonna have to hot glue this little piece right here, but when I go adding my other embellishments, I'll hot glue it because this is like the one little spot where it didn't really take. Let me add a little bit more, just for good measure. Certain little spots that I'm seeing. And then once I put this part of it together, I think I'm gonna call this session a wrap. Just wanna make sure that like I got everything. I'm seeing gesso in some places. It's gonna be hard to get it all, for sure. It's definitely gonna be hard to get it all, but I can always add more later. I can always add more later, Carmen. That's what I tell myself. You can always add more later. That's the only way I get off of things. All right, so I'm gonna turn my glue gun on. It's lazy. You might see some coiling. Sorry if the camera's shaky. Turn this on. Then after I do this, I gotta go get dinner. Or my kids are literally gonna run in this room and be like, "Yo, what's going on? You forgot your duties? Forgot about us?" So definitely like them. Definitely like the sprays. I think when I start doing like my mixed media stuff, that's definitely gonna come in handy. No, we're not all. Well, I mean, I'm gonna say that I'm like at 80%. 80, yeah, give or take 80%. So far, I did her head. That's gonna go like right here. And I don't know how I feel about that green right now. That green is kind of messing with me, to be honest with you. Normally, I like green, but right now it's like, Carmen, the green. Thankfully, I didn't glue nothing down. So if I want to switch it up, I can. Because I didn't glue the hair layers down to the base of it. I just glued the face. Like the center mass is all I really glued down. Everything else is kind of free and loose. So if I want to change it, which I probably will, because I'm just a little bit nutsy like that, I might make it a different color. Maybe I'll do the black instead. Because I don't really like the green. I don't really like the green. So that's gonna go kind of like right here. That green is really clashing with me though. Oh, no wonder. I'm like, why is my screen looking the way it's looking? I haven't played my video this whole time. My quality is terrible on my ends. Hopefully the quality is good with you guys. Yeah, I remember I just literally clicked to the part of my video where I have the little crown piece. I don't know what I did with that dang thing. I had it, and then I don't have it. So we have the little crown pieces. These I'm gonna paint gold. So I'm just letting that glue gun heat up. And I think. Oh, what do you guys think? I don't like it with the green. Should I change it? Thank you. But what do you guys think about the green? I don't know. I think the green kind of messes it up. I think the face, like I'm looking at the video and I think the face looks really cool. I like the hair. I like the way that, you know, it looks like she's got individual strands. I like that because you can literally see that when you're close up. I have to do something with the center here because I thought I was going to put a crown on it, but I don't find the crown. I might have to cut out another little crown and just cut that little piece out. I should have this project saved. One thing I'm learning really, really quickly, when I use my Cricut, I save every freaking thing that I do. If I do something, I save it because like sometimes the measurements is like no. So that's what I'm saying. I should add this black. I should turn this into a dark color instead of keeping it that green. I think I'm gonna do black and metallic, of course, and black pearl. I think I'm gonna do black pearl on that. And that's what I'm gonna do. This is dry because that's the good thing about this wax that it pretty much is dry. Yes, I mix it in with water, so it's a little, you know, a little teeny bit wet, but basically it's dry. That's what's super awesome about those waxes. That's why I use them so much. Let me get myself a small brush because I'm gonna have to go into like small. See if I can find a brush that is still alive. All my brushes are dying, you guys. Too much I use them. Trying to find one that is like decent. I go through brushes like crazy. I'm gonna use these little cheap ones. Okay. Yes. Okay. So here goes nothing. At least for some of this. The green hair itself doesn't bother me. It's just this ring. This ring is what's driving me little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay, Monica. Get home safely, doll. All right, so I'm trying to go around this hair situation here. Yeah, shadow and stuff like that. Tanya, I'm gonna, you know, once I start finalizing this thing, you know how I am. You know, I don't leave stuff alone. I just don't like this green around this ring. I thought it would look, you know, pretty cool, but once I chose that brass color for my cover, it just totally clashes. Totally clashes. I think the black will look a lot better on the color wise. Yeah, right? So much better with the black. Definitely. Definitely so much better with the black. The green hair, I don't mind. I don't care about the green hair because she's a mermaid. She could have a gazillion color hair. Like, we have no idea. So the hair, I don't care. But this part of it, definitely don't want this green. Thank God I didn't glue the whole thing, every layer to every other layer when it came to the hair, because now I can maneuver around them. So personal tip, don't glue all the layers down. Glue the center, glue the centers. And then if once you're done, then you know that this is okay, perfect. This is exactly what I want. Then you can finish gluing everything else together. but don't glue them down until you're all the way 100%, because you might find that you put something backwards, or you didn't do the right thing when it came to painting, or whatever the case is, or you just might not like it and you have to adjust some things. So save yourself some time. I'm gonna paint this whole thing black here. Save yourself some time. And actually, you know what? I am gonna paint the hairs black. I am. Because I think that darkness behind the hair, since it's the very bottom layer of all that hair, I think that darkness will actually play well um, with the other colors that I have going on here. So I'm gonna do the whole thing. Won't take me much time at all. I'm just kind of slapping it on in there, as long as I get coverage. I think I am good to go. And yep. Sorry if I'm not reading what you guys are saying. Oh yeah. Who said glitter in the hair? Tanya, esto le falta. Oh my God, mujer, esto le falta mucho. There's a lot still missing for me to get to the point, because I'm sealing this. So once, as far as like glitter and all of that good stuff, I'm gonna add some fine glitter here and there around this area here, but I'm not adding that to the very last stage, which is right before I add the triple thick, because I want the glitter to dry here, dry. I don't want it to dry flat. I want it to kind of, look dimensional, if that makes any sense. I want it to dry in as it's floating down. I want it to kind of get stuck in different places. So kind of like what resin does when you add glitter to it, that it dries like here, like all these different layers. It's kind of the same thing. Okay. And I want to work on her eyes. Her face, I'm not 100% satisfied with. I still feel like I could do some more to her face, but I won't bore you guys with all of that extraness. Um, oh, shoot. I forgot one piece right here. I got this. This right here. And we're done. All right. Oh, yes. So once it's all, once I'm getting there, once I get there, trust me. Because this is not like, at least to me, right? In my mind, this is not the kind of book that you want to like. This is not like a regular book where you embellish it with laces and this and that. This is sea theme. There's really no lace underwater. I mean, granted, I'm sure there's probably a few pieces of lace here and there in some of those sunken treasures, but for the most part, lace is not something that mentally for me I associate with water. So there's no lace in here. There's no trim in here. Unless I would have, put the trim and then painted over it and just for the texture of it. But there's none of that really going on in here. Let me add the glue right here before I forget, now that I have the glue gun on. And I'm gonna just do this. Like I said, I'm not too worried about it because I am gonna be adding some stuff here. Now ribbon, yeah, I could see ribbon because you can see, ribbons falling off people's hairs, and they're walking by a pond or a lake and they have a hair tie and they just like, it falls off their hair. So like I could see a mermaid, grabbing all these little bits and pieces of stuff to tie their hairs with. So ribbons, yeah, but laces, no. Let me make sure. And this is gonna be right there. And I'm not gonna glue the whole thing down. I'm gonna glue the center mass in case I want to tuck things here and there. I might want to, I don't know yet. But I'll finish it off once I know for a fact that I'm completely done with it. I'm still debating how done I am. So I just want to leave a little bit of space around the area there. Let me stand up so that I can kind of put that right there. And that's more or less how that's going to go. Once I know for a fact, okay, this is how I want it, I am going to glue all these hairs together. Well, not necessarily glue them, but you know what I mean. So that when I do the triple thick over it and I go seal everything in, everything looks good. I'm going to leave that part open just in case I want to add some kind of a latch or something. I can still kind of get in there and add some kind of a latch or some kind of a string or something. So when I go to close it, I can just stick that in there, glue that down. Then I can, you know, create some kind of a closure for it. So I didn't think about that part until now. Of course, you know me. Shoot. I sprinkle that ish everywhere. So let's see. So I think that's about it. Honestly, I think that's about it, you guys. I just shut off my glue gun. And I think that's really about it for right now. Like I said, I have some pieces here, but I want to get more. I want to get more. And if anything, this is going to go kind of like in here. These are going to be for like little tug spots and stuff like that. I think I want to put that there and create like a little tug spot there. And this is just regular cardstock. I didn't add more chipboard to these. This is just regular cardstock. This girl look a little crazy. I don't know about her. She looked good when I got her in the thing, but now I don't know. I like this one for a corner, but maybe not for that page. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna get some tails. I need to get some tails. I have a whole bunch of pictures. I didn't have time to print them all out because I was rushing myself because I wanted to go live. Yes and no. The problem is with the other ones, you guys don't see me make them. So when I show it to you, it's already done. This one, I'm doing it with you, so you actually get to see what I go through behind the scenes. Normally, I just show it to you. I like that there. Mostly, I just end up showing it to you. I don't I think I've done a few processes, but nothing too major. But this one though, it's been taking me a little bit longer because I'm not working on it consistently. I had another project that I had to work on for another thing that I'm in. So I was working on that project, which I'll be sharing that project with you guys soon. So I've been doing both things at the same time. The other one's done, so now I get to actually focus more on this one now. I did the other one already. Um, so the other one's, you know, ready to go. I just have to make the video for it. That's gonna be debuted real soon, I think. Where's my mermaid tail? I'm like missing stuff. I got some these are mermaid crowns. I don't know if I like the color though. I don't know if the color looks good for this. This flips open like this. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna keep doing what I was doing as far as getting my other pieces. And like I said, if I don't use all of these different mermaids that I'm cutting out and stuff like that, then it's gonna be part of this. It's gonna be part of this book. I'm gonna just those are gonna be like the tags. Instead of having regular tags, you're gonna have those for tags. Hold on one second, you guys. My doorbell's ringing. Yeah, you guys delivery. No, order the food. No, listen now. I want to get off. Watch it go. All right, you guys. I'm called to duty. So yeah, I'm gonna print out. I have different styles in tails, and if I don't like the way the mermaids themselves look, then I'll probably end up just getting like some tails and stuff like that, and adding some tails here and there. But I got more printing and stuff like that to do. This is basically just about done. Um, I am gonna include in that. Um, some of this paper here, which is parchment paper. So I have to cut down some parchment paper pieces to kind of like add them in there just for like little journaling areas. And I gotta do some stamping on this paper first. So I'm gonna be using some of this. And this is almost done. Like it is really almost done. I did the front cover today. I'm gonna work the spine, which I have to do still, and then the back cover. And this is about done. It just needs a little bit of, it just needs a little bit. I'm just like not finding what that little bit is. So that's part of the reason why it's taking me longer. But you guys, with that being said, I'm gonna let you all go because I stayed on a little longer than I expected to stay on. I gotta feed the babies. And I'll come back to do more once I have the other stuff together. This is like I said, this is about done. So today's what, Tuesday? So maybe I'll come back someday this week. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow. Maybe I'll come back the day after and finish it off. Like I want to have whatever I'm missing to finish it so that I just do the last bit of it and get it all the way done, all the way out. So I'll come back when I'm ready to do that. So in a couple days, give it a couple days. But you guys, thank you so much for being here. As always, your support means the world to me. And it's nice that even though I come on like very impromptu, that you guys still pop up. So thank you so much for that. And yeah, just be on the lookout. You know, if you haven't hit that bell on my channel, then hit that bell. When I go live, you'll know. And get ready because the hop is about to start soon. Yes, it's about to start soon. I already closed it. All we have to do is wait for Isabel to do her video. So she'll be doing the video to that real soon. And we have some awesome projects lined up for that. I'm also involved in the 10K hop for I'm a Mama 24. So you guys are going to see a project from me for that real soon as well in the next couple days. Hopefully you guys like what I created. I'm super like honored to be a part of her hop. Usually I'm the one doing the hops, and to be a part of somebody else's hop is like super cool. And I'm so honored that she asked me to be in it. So yeah, woohoo! I'm super excited. It's gonna be really, really cool. So with that being said, you guys, I don't want to take you up anymore. I will catch you all on the next one. Have an awesome, awesome rest of the day and a blessed week. And if I don't see you guys, you know, for the rest of the next couple days, then be on the lookout for me on Saturday. Be on the lookout for Sasson and Crafts, who goes live on Fridays, 7 p.m. I go live on Saturday. No, he goes live on Fridays at 8 p.m. I go live on Saturdays at 7. I almost forgot. And I'm going to be doing a different kind of project. No paper crafting this Saturday, you guys. I can't do it. I need my Saturdays to be about me, my mixed media, and, you know, my stuff. All right, love. Please. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Have an awesome day.